Hi guys, welcome to another conversation session. My name is Victoria. It's good to have you here. How are you? How's your week been? How is your day going? I'm fine. My day is going well, so I hope yours is going well as well. If it's not, well, go to McDonald's, get an ice cream, and it may just cheer you up. Okay, I was just joking, but yeah, I hope everyone is fine. So today I just want to talk about life. So certain sayings, certain proverbs, certain things that I've lived by. And now I feel like, okay, somebody has told us partial truth, but didn't tell us the full truth. So I'm just here to share my personal thoughts and opinions on these things. Guys, please, my personal thoughts and opinions, which means I'm okay with it if you disagree with me. I'm okay with it if you agree with me. Whatever the case may be, let me know in the comment section. I really would like to hear from you guys. So yeah, thank you very much as you do that. Right, so the first thing I want to talk about is this saying, this popular opinion that experience is the best teacher. Yeah, experience is the best teacher. I agree, but I feel like wisdom is learning from other people's experience. You must not go through every experience. You must not experience every single thing. Sometimes it's just best you learn from other people's experience and move on. Because the thing is this, you may go through the experience and do the learning all right, but the consequence may be more than you can handle. The consequence may be life haunting. The consequence may be permanent, or the consequence may be a permanent damage to your life. And in that sense, what do you do? Is that a gain or is that a loss? So as much as, yeah, certain things you go through teaches you certain values and certain principles and certain things in life, be a wise person and learn from other people's experience. So before you do anything, or sometimes you may have started something that you're doing, and you're privileged to come in contact with somebody who has been there before, who has done it that same way that you are doing or you're about to do. And you're fortunate for the person to be honest with you and tell you, look, this thing you're doing, I did the same thing and this was the outcome. So don't do it. Listen to the advice. It's not every single thing that you must go through, which is what I'm trying to say. You must not always want to experience everything. Some people, there's nothing wrong with being adventurous, but don't be adventurous at your own expense. So some people try everything, because, oh, after all, I want to know what it feels like so that, I will learn from it at the end of the day. But you need to know which kind of experiences you want to delve into and which kind of experiences to avoid. If you're around somebody that put their hand in fire and they get burnt from the fire, you don't need to put your hand in the fire to know how the pain feels like. The fact that the person's hand was in fire, they screamed, they started crying, they were in pain. You could see it. You don't need to feel that pain physically for you to know that fire burns. Wisdom is don't put your hand in fire. It hurts. So it's as simple as that. As much as experience is the best teacher, there are certain experiences that I feel like you don't even prepare yourself for. They just happen to you and you learn from it. That's fine. But the ones that you can avoid, try and avoid them. Because wisdom, like I said, is learning from other people's experience. And yeah, I'm sure somebody may be out there thinking, well, different, like everybody's path is not the same, which is true. So you could do the same thing and get a different result, but maybe if I do it, it will be better. I agree with you to a certain extent, but you know the saying that says what you sow is what you reap. That's it. There are certain things that if you do it this way, the outcome is always going to be the other way. It's always the case. You can't sow banana seeds and expect to reap watermelons. So let's say even when you went to buy the seeds, we're not sure they were banana seeds. You were just hoping that these seeds will germinate and, you end up reaping watermelons. And you meet somebody who says to you, oh, I did the same mistake. I wasn't sure, but because these seeds were red, I just assumed they were watermelon seeds, right? And I sown them, and at the end of the day, I sowed them. Is that correct English? I don't know, but yeah. You get what I mean? I put them in soil and everything. And they ended up reaping watermelon. They ended up reaping banana. Yet what they wanted was watermelon. So you realize and you're like, oh, okay, yeah, thank you. and go find the right seeds. Not to say, well, maybe it's your soil, maybe it's you. So let me try it and see. And if indeed I do get banana instead of watermelon, I would have learned my lesson, and then I will do it right the next time. You just waste your time and money and energy. So to, lessen the amount of losses you have in life, don't be quick to always want to experience everything, but rather learn from other people's experiences and be better. So yeah, that's the first thing I wanted to say. The next thing is about boundaries, and I want to talk about boundaries in the sense that, first of all, set healthy boundaries for yourselves, and also set boundaries for other people, and also respect other people's boundaries. It's very, 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 very important. Even in love, even in relationship, guys, there has to be boundaries. The Bible says God is love. But even when it comes to God, there are boundaries. So there is no fear in love, but there are boundaries. If you read the Bible in the book of Revelation, you find a place where Jesus was speaking to a particular church and says, I would rather you are hot or cold. If you are lukewarm, I will spit you out of my mouth. Which means make a choice, pick a stand. If you want to be hot, be hot. If you want to be cold, be cold. You can't be in between. It's the same thing. So you always have to pick a side. You can't just be the kind of person that is neither here nor there. Which is why boundaries is important. It's either you're for me or you're not for me. So set healthy boundaries for yourself and be disciplined enough to stick to them. When you've decided this is what I'm doing, and to this extent, keep to that. Because when you set boundaries for yourself and you yourself are not disciplined enough to keep them, then it becomes hard for other people to respect those boundaries and to also abide by them. And it's the same way as you set boundaries for yourself, you're disciplined enough to keep them, and you expect people to respect it. Also respect other people's boundaries. So for example, I'm one person that always says to my friends that don't show up at my house unannounced. And it's not because I don't want you to visit me or surprise me or anything. It's just, I may not be around, so you don't waste your time. And so, I also don't feel bad. That's just it. I believe it's courtesy. Before you go to somebody's house, give them a call. Check whether they're at home. I mean, if you're giving a person a surprise, maybe it's different. Even at that, for me, I will still check that the person is at home, because I don't want to get all the way there and they are not there. So whatever it is for you, set it in your own terms. But when you do set boundaries, because if you don't set boundaries, people will treat you any way and anyhow they choose to. Because there is no do's and don'ts when it comes to you. And you don't have to be rigid. You have to be realistic and flexible with those boundaries. But the point is, have boundaries in place, healthy boundaries in place. Be disciplined yourself to respect those boundaries and keep to them. And other people will also adhere to them. And also respect other people's boundaries. The third thing I want to talk about is respect. Yeah, respect. And I want to talk about that in two folds. So the first is respect people's time. I can't stress this enough. Respect people's time. I am one person that hates people that waste my time. Now, don't get it wrong. I'm not an impatient person. No. So I'm not talking about wasting my time in the sense that I ask you for a favor and I'm giving you pressure or I'm setting a deadline for you. That's not what I mean. In fact, I'm the kind of person that always says to people that if you're going to ask me for a favor or if you're asking somebody for a favor, make sure you give the person like a lot of time to be able to help you, to be able to deliver that favor to you. Because at the end of the day, you are the one that needs a favor from the person. Don't forget they have their own life. They may also have planned themselves. So make sure that if you're going to ask for something, ask it well in advance so that whenever time they are able to do it for you, it doesn't affect the outcome that you need from them. So that's not what I mean. But I'm talking in the sense where you are meeting with friends or you guys have planned to meet at a particular time and you are there on time and they are not there. Now, the thing is, and I'm not even boasting, guys, I keep to time. I'm a very punctual person. If you ask any of my friends, they will tell you. And thanks to my parents, especially my mom. So if I plan to be somewhere or I plan to meet up with somebody, I'm more likely to be there about half an hour, 15 minutes earlier to the time than being late. So you get to a place, you're waiting for this person. Half an hour is gone, they have not showed up. And the bit that really irritates me is you're calling them, they are not picking up. You're texting them, they are not responding. They are not calling you back. They are not texting you back. You try again and their phone is switched off. And it's like, why are you not communicating? Like, I'm there and I'm thinking, what has happened? Has there been an accident? Are you still coming? Have you lost your brain? What exactly is going on? And, you're just there, you're frustrated and you're thinking, what exactly is happening? Yeah, what is happening? And after an hour and a half, because somebody kept me waiting a whole hour and a half. God is my witness. I am not exaggerating. I'm not joking. She shows up and she has a smile on her face and she's like, oh, sorry, but I'm here now. And I'm like, really? You're here now doesn't change the fact that you've wasted an hour and a half of my time. Guys, even if you feel like I wasn't doing anything at home, so you called me, let's go out and chill. So why are you angry now? It's not like at the end of the day, we are going to miss anything. Well, that's the point. I'm entitled to my time. So even if I was at home doing nothing, it's okay. Let me do nothing with my hour and a half. It's not fair for you to waste my time. So let's learn to respect other people's time. Seriously, it's not nice. Worst one is when a guy asks you out on a date and you get there before him and he's not coming and he's not texting you. Reason why, even when I'm meeting up with my friends for us to go out to have food in a restaurant, I always tell them we find a place to meet, either at a bus stop, a train station, or a place closer to the restaurant. Because I'm not about to enter a restaurant, table for 4, sit down, half an hour, none of them are there. Waiter keeps coming up to me, are you ready to order now? Are you ready to order now? I don't like to be in such a situation. It's embarrassing. So learn to keep to time. And if at all something comes up and you're going to be late, because most times you foresee it, okay, the way you planned your day, maybe other things creep up into the day. And so you foresee that, okay, I am going to be late. Communicate it on time. Victoria, we plan to meet at 3, but with the way things are going, I may be about 20 minutes late. That way I know, I am aware. But don't just assume, okay, I will try my best to make it, and if I don't make it, I will explain, she would understand. I may understand, guys, but it's still not nice. So, sorry, I'm making it about me, but I'm just generally saying respect other people's time. It's very annoying. You'll be shocked the amount of people who have lost friends, who have lost maybe their God-given husbands, because they wasted their time. The person may not be nice enough to tell you. Maybe that's what I'm telling you today. So if you're the kind of person that just wastes people's time and don't respect their time, change. It's not a nice thing. So that's the first thing about respect. The other thing about respect I want to talk about is let's respect the elderly. Guys, you know that saying that age is just a number? I feel like maybe not the whole phrase, remove the word just from that phrase and it'll be good enough. Age is a number. I agree. 1, 2, 3, 30, 100, 50, 180. Yeah, because I plan to live 180 years. Amen. Say amen. Thank you. So age is a number, but age is not just a number. I'll explain what I mean. I can agree if you say that age is not equated to maturity. Age is not necessarily equated to wisdom. I can agree. But if you ask me, age is equal to experience. Now, if you have a 60-year-old woman and a 16-year-old girl, they don't have the same experience. Now, I'm not even talking experience in the terms that education and the fact that, the person is well-traveled and, they are exposed to all this technology and stuff. No. But just the fact that this 60-year-old woman has lived 60 years on earth, has experienced more days than the 16-year-old, give her that respect. Accord her that honor because she has. Because you're 16. There's also the saying that everybody has been a child before, right? But not everybody is an adult. So we all started from the same point, which is conception. But you have lived and now you're 16. But this old woman probably has lived and now she's 60. You don't even know if you would ever get to her age to start with. You don't know if you even get to half of her age, which is 30. So for the fact that this is a person who is older than you, they have experienced more days on earth than you. Just for that fact alone, give her respect and her honor. Give him his respect and his honor. So yeah, age is not just a number. Age is a number, but not just a number. Because I feel people use this phrase a lot when they want to give themselves an excuse to disrespect the elderly, when they want to give themselves an excuse to speak against the elderly. So let's try and change. Respect is a really huge and big thing. And it's a good aura to have around you, and respect begets respect. So when you respect people, you're also respected as a person. So yeah, let's respect people's time, and let's also respect the elderly and honor them. Like I said, just because they have more experience of living every day than you do. Finally, I want to talk about this phrase of be yourself. I agree. These days we are all about be who you are, and if people don't see it, it's their loss and not your loss. Don't change yourself for anybody, and the right person will find you the way you are and will love you the way you are, and all that beautiful stuff. I agree and I get that. But the thing is this, when we say be who you are, we're trying to say be the best version of yourself. So you find that there are some people who have very bad habits, attitude, characters. They know about it, and they know that their attitude and their characters are offending people, they are upsetting people, and yet they choose to remain like that, because they've held strongly to their chest the saying of be yourself. So at the end of the day, well, I'm being myself. If it offends you, sorry. And you're looking for who will love you the way you are, you may never find one. Because nobody loves somebody that will always be insulting them, somebody that will always be disrespecting them, somebody that never listens, and all they do is hurt them, right? You don't want to be with somebody who hurts you. You want to be with somebody who makes you happy, somebody who supports and understands you, somebody who listens to you when you speak to the person, and vice versa. So yes, be yourself, but be the better version of yourself. A lot of people pass their bad attitude and characters for being weaknesses, but they are not. If you're somebody that has a bad mouth and insults people, that's not a weakness. That's a bad attitude. That's a bad character. And you need to change. So you find people that when you tell them about, something they have done, which is a bad character or attitude that they need to check and work on, all they will say is, well, yeah, a lot of people tend to tell me that, but it's my weakness. No, it's not. You can change it, because I believe that when we say something is your weakness, it's something that you don't tend to have a lot of control over. So you can't necessarily change it by yourself. It may take practice. So somebody would say, okay, calculus, maths is my weakness. So as much as I try my best to practice, it takes me a long time to comprehend it in my head and understand. Now that's a weakness. But you swearing at people is not a weakness. You can change. You can choose to say, I won't swear at people. I will speak nice things to people. And if I don't have anything nice to say, I will just keep quiet and keep to myself. That's better. So yeah, let's learn to differentiate between weaknesses and bad attitudes and character. And be the best version of yourself. That way you find the right people to love you the right way. So yeah, guys, let's learn to address some of these things and be very honest with ourselves. Because I read on Instagram the other day, there was a question that I read that really made me think. It says, would you want to be with somebody like yourself? Somebody exactly like yourself? When I saw it, I was quick to say, yeah, I'm a fun person to be around. I'm loving, I'm generous, I make good conversations. Yeah, guys, you agree, right? I make good conversations. So I thought to myself, yeah, of course I would like to be around somebody like myself, just to hype me and all that. But I really thought of it and I was like, actually, no, because I have certain characters that I'm not proud of. And I'm like, being around somebody like myself and the person like exhibit those characters to me, I will be so pissed off. I won't like it. So I thought to myself, yeah, Victoria, you need to change. And that was me being honest to myself. So yeah, maybe you should ask yourself that question. That the way you treat people and you expect them to accept you that same way. If you found somebody treats you the exact same way, would you be okay with it? Would you accept it? Would you, allow the person based on the fact that, oh, well, that's the way they are, so what can I do? Or would you want them to change? And if your answer is you wouldn't like it, then trust me, people around you probably don't like it too. And maybe they are not bold enough to tell you. So I'm telling you, let's try and change. I'm telling you, I was telling myself as well, that let's be the better, and in fact, let's be the best versions of ourselves, and then look for the right people to love us. But don't keep on being that bad mouth, gossip, strong-headed, rude person and expect to find people to love you that way. Because the way you present yourself is the way people accept you. So when I was in uni, I had this colleague, and this girl, when you talk about a person carrying negative energy, she had it. And a lot of us try to get close to her, try to show her love, try to encourage her, try to always tell her, you know what, it's not that bad, you're okay, you're going to get better, life is going to be good. She didn't want to hear it. Every time her song was just how her life is miserable, how she's so stressed, how nothing is going to work for her life, how she's the worst person on earth. You know, all this negative energy and negativity in her mind. And the harder we tried to show her love and bring her out of that place, the more she delved deep and deeper and deeper into, you know, that atmosphere and that, I don't even know what to call it. So it got to the point where, to be honest, I just blocked her. And when she calls me, I don't pick up. Because at the end of the day, I was like, I can't keep trying to push you up and you try to pull yourself down. Eventually, you're going to pull me down with you. And I don't want to be in that place. So if you're okay to be in that place, then, well, that's fair and fine. But I'm not going to be one to be around you with that kind of energy. So yeah, be the best version of yourself. And you will not struggle to find the right people. You will not struggle to attract the right people to yourself. But you can't keep being the negative version of yourself and expect people to love you the way you are, because at the end of the day, nobody loves nonsense. So yeah, guys, let's have boundaries, respect people's time. It's very important to me. I can't shout it enough. Respect to the elderly and be the best version of yourself. And you do not have to experience or go through every single experience. Learn from other people's experience. Yeah, so amazingly, this is the last topic that I have planned for the unspoken realities. Next week, God willing, I'll be starting on a new series that I've termed Growing Up. And it's going to start with, the first video is going to be about knowing me. Because next week, guys, is my birthday. Next week, Sunday, 12th of May, is my birthday. So, yeah, I'll probably be dancing for you guys in that video. So don't miss it. And just a disclaimer, I'm not the best of dancers. So I may just be fooling myself for you to laugh. But hey, it's my birthday. So yeah, I want to do something funny. Right, thank you guys for all the support. Thank you for the love. It's really been amazing and I'm really encouraged. Let me just share this with you guys. When I started my YouTube channel not too long ago, I didn't think that I was going to get even up to 50 views on any video. And in my mind, I just said to myself that, Victoria, even if you're able to get 10 people who are faithful and loyal in watching your videos and giving you feedback, then you're happy. So I am really thankful for those of you that make our time to watch it and reach out to me with your comments and what you think. You guys are encouraging me and you're the realest MVPs of all times. And I'm very, very, very thankful to every one of you and I appreciate you all. So, yeah, I hope you're enjoying your day. And this is where I say, stay awesome.